Kutashchetat nishchiyate? How is it that you are ascertaining so? The objector asked. The answer is, Kam shabdasyapi Brahma shabda sambandhat kam Brahma iti. If vice versa, both adjective and substantive would not be wished by the deities, then they would have told Pranam Brahma, Kam Kham Brahma directly. Kam Kham Brahma. They would not adjoin with each and everything Brahman Shabd. Prano, Pranam Brahma, Kam Brahma, Kham Brahma. 3 times they are telling Brahma. Why? Because of the adjoining of the word Brahman with each and every one, it shows that only one adjective and substantive form is not acceptable or not wished by the deities. But both they want to be as adjectives and substantives. Therefore, once one is an adjective, the other will be substantive. And the first case, that which is substantive, will be the adjective in the second case. This is how it should be. That is why this is Kam Shabdasyapi Brahma Shabda Sambandhat Kam Brahma iti, because the word Kam is associated with the word Brahman in the text and stated in 3 different small sentences like Brahma Brahma, Kam Brahma, Kham Brahma. यदि ही सुखगुण विशिष्ट से खस्य दे तो व्यक्षता स्यात्. If the deities, the fire deities, intention was only to enjoin here the meditation of space qualified by bliss. Sukha guna vishishtasya khasya. Sukha means bliss. Guna vishishtasya, qualified by the bliss, is what? Khasya, space, is only to be enjoined as dhyatvam, as meditative. If this is what was the vivakshita intention of the deities, then they would have instructed as Kam Kham Brahma iti bruyo. They would have stated like that. Who? Agneya Prathamam. At the very first, they would have stated directly Kam Kham Brahma. Nacheva Muktavantaha. But they did not speak thus. Kintari. But what then they have stated? Kam Brahma iti. In this way, associating the word Brahman with all the 3 items, prana, kam and kham, is itself, it shows the intention of the deities that there is the meditation here is on both the things, not only one thing. Ataha, therefore, brahmacharino mohapanaya kang khang shabdayo ritretar visheshan visheshatva nirdesho yuktaeva yaddava kam tadeva kham ityadihi. Therefore, for the removal of confusion of the brahmachari, the celibate, upakosala, it was necessary for the deities to kam kham shabdayoha, the 2 words, to instruct both the words as substantive and both the words as adjective. Kham kham shabdayor itretar visheshan visheshatva nirdesha. Both of them are substantive or an adjective in relation to each other. Yukta eva, it is proper to instruct so. And that is indicated by the later statements of the deities. Yadvavakam tadevakam. Yadevakam tadevakam. Ityadi. And the text with all, just like a mother and student, Shrutis are just like mother. Even though the deities, to remove the confusion or doubts of the brahmachari, the celibate, they have very clearly used the words with all what you call as awareness totally that there should no such doubt in the mind of the celibate. But still the Shruti, the text by itself also, wants to explain to us what the deities meant. Tadetad agnibhiruktam vakyartham asmadbodhaya shrutiraha. Therefore, asmadbodhaya means for our understanding, shrutiraha. The text says what? Tadetad agniviruktam. That what is meant by the sentence spoken of by the fires. Vakyartham. This meant the meaning of the sentence spoken of by the fire deities. For our understanding, Shrutiraha, text is saying as follows. Pranam cha asmai brahmacharine. To this celibate, they spoke about first the vital force. Then about that space which was associated to the vital force. This is not made clear there by the deities. But Shruti is making clear. Pranaham chat hasha asmai brahmacharine tad akashascha. It is not only akashascha. The word being used here by Shruti is tad akashascha. Tad akash means what? Tasya akasha iti tad akasha. That means tasya means of which? Of that vital force. The space associated with that vital force is to be taken over here. What can it be? So, pranasya sambandhi ashritvena harda akashitirtha. This pranasya, by the compound which has to split in the sixth case, what is tasya? Akasha. You have split the compound in the sixth case. That shows it's something related to prana. There's a pranasya sambandhi. Pranasya sambandhi means a thing, it is a thing which is that is being instructed over here is associated or is related through the vital force. How? He says ashritvena, by being the abode of vital force. Therefore, which is the abode of that vital force then? Harda akasha, the space within the heart. This is the meaning. So first, the deity said, all that is Brahman is your vital force. Then it related that vital force by indicating it towards its abode, the heart, the space within the heart. And that space within the heart is related with Sukha Guna. Sukha Gunavattu Nirdeshat Tamcha Akasham Sukha Guna Vishishtam Brahma. And due because from the mentioning of the quality of bliss being qualified to what? He says to the space. Sukha gunavattu nirdesha tamcha akasham. Being possessed of the quality of bliss, it follows that the space which is possessed of the quality of bliss, Sukha guna vishittam akasham, is Brahma. Tasthancha prana, and that which is residing in that particular space is what? Pranam. The vital force existing in that space is also therefore Brahma. Why? Brahma sampraka deva Brahma iti. As and because it is associated with Brahman in that particular space. The vital force becomes associated with Brahman in the space within the heart. As and because it becomes associated, therefore both of them are Brahman. Prana is also Brahman, that space is also Brahman. And the space is qualified by the bliss. Sukha gunavatva virdeshat tamcha akasham sukha guna vishishtam Brahma tasthancha pranam brahma samprapadeo Brahma iti ubhayam pranancha akashancha samuchitya brahmani uchuhu agnaiti. Therefore, what the deities, fire deities did in this way, they actually, the fires have spoken of both the vital force and space. Both subhayam, pranancha, akashancha, vital force and space as Brahman by samuchitya, by associating them to each other. By associating them together. Thus, what's happening here? The cause and effect are associated together. The cause and effect are associated together. By the karya, you are catching the karana, relating one to another. Because the prana is a karya. First related that with another karya called akasha. One effect related to another effect. And that effect is related to the karana, the cause, the Brahman. This is how you are being asked to meditate and thereby taking to your own self. Ocho iti. This is how the deities instructed about the pure. Saguna Brahman only, because they are all talking about the Guna Vishishta only, they are speaking of Sukha Guna Vishishtam. Even this in the first one, by space being qualified by bliss, and again bliss being qualified by space. Because the qualitative Brahman only, it's not a non-qualitative Brahman. That's why I told at the very beginning, it is a pratikopasana. So upakosala vidya. Sambhuya agnayo brahmacharane brahma uktavantaha. In this way, the fires collectively having spoken of that Brahman, now what they want to do? Atha hainang garapatya shishasa pratyavagnirannamanna aditya iti yayesha aditya purusho drishade sohamasmi saevahamasmi iti. Ataha enam garapatya nushas. Now each and every fire will give separately, will instruct separately about that Brahman. Ataha, then after having collectively spoken of that Brahman, enam, to him, to that Upakosala, the celibate, Garapatya, the fire deity who is presiding on the fire called as Garapatya Anushashasa, instructed. What did it instruct? Prithvi, Agni, Annam, Aditya, iti. Earth, fire, food and sun. Here, earth and food, both are food. Fire and sun, both are eaters. Eaters of food. Anna and Atri Bhava. Anna, Atri Bhava is there here. Two are Anna and two are Atta. Two, who are these two? The Prithvi and Annam. And Annam is a food, no doubt at all. Even Prithvi is a food. Of whom? Of that fire and sun. Iti. Yayesha aditya purusho drishate. So aham asmi. Saeva aham asmi iti. Yah esha. That which is this Purusha, person. Drishyate is seen. Where? Aditya, in the sun. So aham asmi. That am I. That am I myself. Who is telling this? Garapatyagni. The deity is saying. That's how you will have to also meditate. Saeva aham asmi. That I am verily that one only. Or I am that very one. Aham asmi sa eva. I am that verily. Sambhuya agneyo brahmacharane brahma uktavanta. Atha means anantaram. Then, after that, pratyekam swasva vishayam vidyam vaktum arebire. Pratyekam, each of them, with regard to each one of themselves, swasva vishayam, with regard to each one of themselves, vidyam, about the meditation, vaktum arebire, started to speak. Tatra adau enam brahmacharinam garapatyagniranushashasa. As to that, to begin with, first, to him, to that celibate Upakosala, Garapatyagniranushasa, the fire deity who presides over the fire called Garapatya, started to instruct, or instructed. Prityagnirannamanna adityeti. Mama etas chatasraha tanavaha. These four are my bodies. Tanava means bodies. That means forms. I manifest myself in these four forms. This is what the fire deity is telling. I am manifesting myself in this world in these four forms. I am this earth. I am this fire which you have served, in which different rituals and sacrifices are done, which is called as Garapatyagni. And I am this food that people eat, enjoy, and I am the sun too. So he says, even though I am having all these four forms as my forms, but still I am seen in that sun only for meditation purpose. Tatra, among them also, yaha aditya, that which is in sun, esha purusha, this person who is seen in the sun, drishyate aditya, seen in that sun, so aham asmi, that am I myself. Who am I? I in the sense, Garipatyo Agnihi, I, the fire deity who is presiding over the fire called Garapatya. Yascha Garipatyo Agni, and that which is Garipatya Agni, the fire called Garipatya, Saeva Aham Aditya Purushosmi. Saeva, that verily am I, who is seen in the person seen in the sun. In this way, he is identifying himself with the Aditya Mandalastha Purusha, with the person seen in the sun. Punah Paravritya, again he says in the last, Saeva Aham Asmi. He's trying to confirm, double confirmation. Punah, again, this is said in the reverse way also. Paravrityam is told in the reverse way also. That which is seen in the sun, am I. And what am I is that which is in the sun. I am that very one. Saeva aham asmiti vachanam. This sentence is there in the reverse way. First he said, that which is seen in the sun is I myself. Now says, what am I? Is that I myself is seen in the sun. Both the ways you have to take. Pratibhyannayo riva bhojyatva lakshanayo sambandha na garipatyaadityayoha. Reported point is being told, all four are not equal. All are not food and all are not eaters of food. Pratibhyannayo riva, as we see, the earth and food, both are bhojyatva lakshanayo sambandha. Earth and food become associated by nature of their itself being the objects of enjoyment. Earth is an object of enjoyment. Food is an object of enjoyment. Bhojyatva lakshana or sambandha. The relation between these two is what? They are objects of enjoyment. By virtue of their being, their swarupa is their dharma. Prithvi's dharma, Anna's dharma is their object all the time. They never become the eater of the food. They are always the object of enjoyment, therefore they are annam only. But that is not so with Garipatyaityayoha. With the relation between sun and fire, they never become food. They are always eaters of food. Food digests the food, and the fire digests the food. And fire is not digested by anybody else. Fire digests everything. Fire cannot be digested by anybody. And even see with the sun. Sun is actually, gives three reasons, you see. Why? Atritva, Paktritva, Prakasha Dharma, Avishishta. Three things are things are in similarity between the fire and sun. What are the three? One is Atritvam. They are the eaters of the food. Number two, Paktritvam. They are the ripeners of food. Ripeners, and if it's in the view of sun, is ripening all the what it was wheat, paddy, and everything is being ripened by sun. And the fire also, it cooks. Cooks is ripening like they are ripeners of sun. And also illuminators. Prakashana dharma. They are the illuminators. The fire helps to see in the night. They illumine things. And sun is illuminating the daytime. Avishishta. These are common qualities of both of them, fire and sun. Ityataha ekattam eva anayor atyantam. Therefore, atyantam ekattam eva anayoha. Therefore, among these two, there is absolute similarity, absolute identity. Pritanayostu bhojyatvena abhyam sambandha. But this earth and food, they become related to these two. Abhyam Sambandha. How? By the way of being bhojyatvena, by the way of being themselves as objects of enjoyment. That's how they become related with these two, sun and fire. Saya etam evam vidvan upaste apahate papakrityam loki bhavade sarvamayureti jog jivati nasyavar purushakshiyanta upavayantam bhunjamo asmigunshcha loke amushmiginscha etam evam vidvan upaste. Now this is the result of the meditation of this particular part of this Vidya. This is not the whole of Vidya, the whole of the meditation is a part of meditation. The first is general meditation, Prano Brahma, Kham Brahma, Kham Brahma. Then out of that only is one part of related to Garapatya. Of this partial meditation also, such a great result is there. What to say about if you do the whole meditation? Saya etam evam vidvan upaste. He who, vidwan, having known, evam is thus, etam this, and upaste meditates, apahate papakrityam, he destroys all his sinful deeds. Loki bhavati, he becomes a dweller in the world of fires. The fire, that world on which the fire gods rule. Agni Loke. It's like Aditya Lokam, Varuna Lokam, Agni Lokam. The world on which the fire deities rule. In that world, he is going to dwell after the death. That meditator. I am giving the general meaning. We will give in other way also think. By meditating this, you have to take the meaning of these words in different ways so that you will attain this successive liberation, Krama Mukti. Take the literal meaning, there is no Kadana Mukti at all. Punya, Kshine Punya, Martaloka will take place. That's not the aim of this meditation. That's not the goal of this meditation. That's not what we don't want to attain actually by this meditation. We want to attain Mukti. Therefore, what is the meaning in that purview? We have to think later. First, we take the literal meaning. Sarvamayureti. He will lead a full span of life, doing meditation, etc., etc. Jog Jivati. He lives brilliantly. Nasir Purushakshiyanda. His successors do not become extinct. Upavayam tam bhunjamo. And we will be always protecting him. The deities will be protecting him, look after him. They are the guards, bodyguards of that meditator. Asmin Shaloke. Where there will be the bodyguards? In this world. And also in the upper worlds, the other worlds. He whosoever having known thus meditates on this. For him, we will be looking for him, to him, we will be protectors. We will be the bodyguards. Upaste. Once people are telling you, don't you get afraid, you move alone, you are being there, you are being here. He said, when in Mungar and Ashram also, lakhs of rupees retained to go in the market and coming and all, the trains and all. Many people are asking, who is that you are going alone and you are not afraid at all and this and that. I have got 33 crore deities to looking after me. Bodyguards. What to do with 1 or 2 bodyguards with guns? What they can do? And 33 crore deities are there as bodyguards of us. Why should we worry? 33 crore देवता मानते हैं सब हमारे बॉडीगार्ड. उपवयम तम भुंजाम अस्मिश्लोके अमुष्मिश्येत में विद्वान उपास्ते भाष्य. But before that, let's go to now the special meaning that we have to take from these words. Agni Vidyanam Brahmvidyangatvam. You see, these Agni Vidyas, which are related to each and every particular fires, are a part of the Brahma Vidya, spoken of in the beginning. Prano Brahma, Kham Brahma, Kham Brahma. These Vidyas are a part of that Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Therefore, these Vidyas, these knowledge, these meditations, should be just like a dvaram, should be helpful agents or accessories for the result of Brahma Vidya. These results should be in one way or the other helpful in attaining the result of Brahma Vidya. But what's happening, if we see the literal meaning is, there will be obstacles in attaining the result of the Brahma Vidya. If you take literal meaning, you will go into some world which will ruled by fires and you will come back from there. This is not the result of Brahma Vidya. They were the result of these particular Vidyas, which has been told, which are partial meditations of the Brahma Vidya, are just opposing to the result of Brahma Vidya. Therefore, now you have to take such a meaning here, in such a way you have to take the meaning of these words, that these results will also be accessories to the result of Brahma Vidya only. How to change that meaning is then? Then he says, apade papakritya means what? He is going to destroy all sinful deeds. This is what you took the meaning in general. For what? He is destroying. Brahmopasana pravritti pratibandhak durta nivritti dvara, you have to take it. He is going to destroy the sinful deeds. Those sinful deeds he is going to destroy, which are obstacles for the meditation of Brahman. So that prano brahma, you can meditate that. If you do that meditation, there are many obstacles within you. And those obstacles are not papakritya, or sinful deeds only have become obstacles actually. Not virtuous deeds are not obstacles much. Sinful deeds are obstacles. Therefore, he says those sinful deeds which are obstacle for the meditation of prana brahma, those are destroyed by the meditation of this partial meditation of the Garapatya Agni. That meaning you have to take. Not all sinful deeds is going to go to Swargalokam. It's not like that. Loki bhavati. In the sense, Archiradi marga prathama parvarupa agni prapti ruchyate. He will attain the world of fire. That the world ruled by fire deity. Here it means that he will attain the very first step of successive liberation is Archihi. After death, he is going to identify himself with Archi. From Archi to Shukla Paksha. From Shukla Paksha to Shad Uttarayana Masa. From there to the other deities. This how is going to attain to Brahmaloka and attain the successive liberation, Krama Mukti. Therefore, Loki Bhavati here means he is going to identify himself with the Archi, the fire, which is the first step of the path of gods. Uttarayana Marga ka pehla seed kya hai? Archi. So by Loki Bhavati means he will become Archishman. He will be identified with Archi after death. That means he will become identify the first step. He is going to attain the first step without any obstacle. Sarvamayureti. He will lead a full span of life in the sense here, just not leading a full span of life like a bull. He will lead a full span of life meditating on Prana Brahmakam. For that purpose, he is leading the whole span of life. Again, relate this also to the Krama Mukti. By doing so, whole life he meditates on this Garapatagni, and then later on, same result is for all the three. Anvahari, Pachana and everything, same result will be told. Of each and every partial meditation, result is the same. That is, by these partial meditations, you will be able to have a long span of life for meditation of Prana Brahmakam Brahma, which will give you successive liberation. Jog Jivati. He will live a brilliant life in the sense, Chitta Vikshepam Vina, Upasan Pravritta Apekshita, Samriddhi Praptisya. Chitta Vikshepam Vina. Without any hindrance in your chitta, in the antakana, the internal organ. Upasana Pravritta. For your vrittis, transformations of your mind, modifications of your mind. They will have, the modifications of the mind will have to transform themselves into form of Prana Brahma, Kham Brahma, Kham Brahma. Every modification of mind, now what's happening? Let's get different objects. It transforms into the form of different objects. But Jog Jivati, in the sense, he is not making the insentient objects as the object of the modification of mind. That the modifications of mind are not transforming themselves into Ghatakara, Patakara, Madhakara and all, but they are always transforming themselves into the form of Prana Brahma, Kham Brahma and Kham Brahma. Such a life is called as brilliant life. Jog Jivati. For that, whatever necessary samriddhi is needed in your antakarana, that is going to attain. Nasya Purushakshiyante. That means his successors will not become extinct. In the sense, Jnana Karma Santatya Vicheda. He will become Rinatraya Mukti. Having Santati, everybody is having. Even animals are having Santati. Santati Avicheda is even in animals. All species are there. So Jnana Santati Avicheda you have to take. He will have such children who will also practice the same meditation. The lineage of this meditation will be continuing. By that, he will be clearing the debts of the Rishi from whom he has taken this, he has got this meditation. The Rishi Rina Mukti and the deities related to this meditation are being meditated. Therefore, Deva Rina Mukti is also taking place. And because of such a great Santati, the Pitru Rina is also being gone. All the Rina Traya, the three debts, will be cleared because of having such a successive progeny. Upavayam tam bhunjamo. Lastly says, Upavayam tam bhunjamo. Asmischa loke amushmischa. Upasavaka samrakshana muktam. In that way, the finally can take the same meaning. During all the process of the whole life period, these deities will be helping you in the meditation by protecting you from distractions. Because other deities of the different organs, different deities are there. They will try to distract you. At that time, these fire deities will kick out all of the deities. Oh, don't do this. Because he has served us a lot. This celibate has served us. And he is meditating on the knowledge, on that meditation which is related to ourselves. Therefore, no other deity has got the right to obstruct him in doing so. So these Akarapatya Agni Devata, Avani Agni Devata and Dakshanagni Devata, these three deities will be all the time taking care of that particular meditator in such a way that there will be no distraction for him in his meditation of any sort by any other deity. So in this way, he will be doing not only the meditation of these particular partial meditations, but with these partial meditations, he will do the whole meditation, Prana Brahma, Kham Brahma, without any obstacles. Thereby, the result of these partial meditations also is such that they will help him to attain successful liberation. Atahinam anvahare pachanano shishasa apo disho nakshatrani chandrama iti yesh chandramasi purusho drishate swaham asmi sayevaham asmiti. Asaya etame vidvan upaste apahati papa krityam loki bhavati sarvamayureti jog jivati nasya vara purusha akshiyanda upavayuktam bhunjavo asmischa loke amushmischa ya etame vidvan upaste. There is no difference in the result. The difference is only in annatri bhava. Atha then, in the day of yours, to him, enam, to that Kosala, celebrate Anvahari Pachanushasana, the deity who is presiding over Dakshinagni, the fire called as Dakshinagni. The other name of Dakshinagni is Anvahari Pachana, in which almost all those sacrificial things are baked, cooked. That's called as Dakshinagni. There's Anvahari Pachana. सभी हविष को ये सब पकाया जाता है। ये नहीं कि रसोई घर में गैस में पका के लाए और स्वाहा स्वाहा कर देते हैं, आजकल तो ऐसे ही होता है ना, क्योंकि साउथ, बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव ऑल द 3 फायर्स एट ऑल. Nobody is entitled to have the 3 fires. Who is entitled? Because Jata Putra, Krishna Keshi, Agninadidita, the very basic necessity, qualification to have all the 3 fires is not there in the present day with anybody, almost.
By the time they married, they are not Krishna Keshi.
Not Krishna Keshi at all. They are Shweta Keshi, Parsha Shweta Keshi. At the time of 30 they are marrying, and then some hairs have become white. Either the beard or the mustache or in the hair itself, head itself. And some become half bald also. By the time they marry, they are balded completely. So no hair, no tuft also. No choti. Choti bhi chala gaya. So how can they become the Agni, the possessor of these 3 fires? There is no Agnihotri. That is why they know fires at all. So whatever way somehow we have to do, we have to anyway cook that halwa, that kheer and all to put in swaha. Some fire you cook and apavitra pavitra va. Make it pavitra and use it. There's no other go. Something is better than nothing. But anyway, there's another saying also, nothing is better than nonsense. This is not a nonsense. Definitely it's okay. Anvahari Pachana. There's the name is called as Anvahari. Anu Aharya. That which is brought later. Because in the very beginning, these are not needed, these things are not, that which is cooked are not needed in the sacrifice. Other things are needed in the sacrifice at the very beginning. After all the things are done, the fire is established. Then only these things are needed, that is cooked and baked, are used as sacrificial oblations. The oblations which are put there, those are cooked in that fire. Therefore it's called Anu Ahari Pachanaha. That's Dakshinagni. The fire which is kept in the southern direction also. That deity who was presiding over this fire, Anushashasa, instructed to that celibate Upakosana. What? Apo, water, Dishaha, directions, Nakshatrani, stars, and Chandrama, moon. Again, the first and third are food. Second and fourth are eaters of the food, as before. First and third are always food, and third and second and fourth are always eaters of food. First and third is Anna, second and fourth is Atta. Anna Attri Bhava. But the similarities and all for Anna will be always the same. They are the objects of enjoyment. We enjoy Apaha, that we drink. That's how we overcome the thirst. We become satisfied. Therefore, water becomes an object of enjoyment. Nakshatrani, even these different types of stars, and major among them are 27 stars. In those we see Tarabalam, even to go for a yatra, for anything we see, is it not? In which direction is the stars now? How are the stars? The star constellation should be well known. In good stars only you go. Already the rishis have confirmed some stars are bad. Don't do any good work in these stars. When those stars are ruining the time, at that time you should never do any good job. The Uttara nakshatras are good, is it not? Chitra nakshatra is good. Mula nakshatra, if you take birth also is very bad. So we have seen the stars, and that's how they become our object of enjoyment. Because when those stars come, we are happy. This star comes, the marriage can be taken place. All are happy. This Uttara, these stars are now ruining their time. In these stars, we can do good jobs. Similarly, even you see this, what they call as the fish, they're waiting for Swati Nakshatra all the time. They're dipping in water, they're thirsty. And the Swati Nakshatra, if it rains, the most enjoying people are they only. They enjoy that rain.
Pearls also
form that nakshatra only, Swati Nakshatra rain only. So these are the sides. For the enjoyment, stars are also very important. As in because these stars are cause of enjoyment, they are also called as object of enjoyment. And Disha's directions are always Atta. Because being in some direction only, we do eat our food. Our directions are a nimitta karma, one of the causes for our atri bhava. Therefore, directions are also called as atta, the eaters of food. And moon always enjoys the stars. And moon also becomes atta. And moon is the reigning deity of your mind. If your mind is okay, you can have your food, you can enjoy the objects properly. Is it not? Therefore, keeping your mind, the moon keeps your mind happy, pleasant, then you are enjoying the objects. Therefore, you have become atta, the enjoyer of the objects, due to the grace of moon. Thus, moon is also called as the enjoyer of objects. He also becomes the eater of foods, the atta. Yaevam chandramasi purusha drishyate, that which is this person who is seen in that moon, so aham asmi, that am I. And then he says, Saeva aham asmi, I am that very one. That which is seen there is am I, and I am that. Both the ways, reverse way I have to think. Yo asau, soham asmi, yo aham, tadeva saha. That which is in the sun is me, and that which is am I is that which is there in the sun and moon. The rest of the mantra, meaning is same, Sayatam Ityadi, the result is the same of each and every partial meditation. Atahainam, Bhasham, then to him, Anuhari Pachanam Shashasa, Dakshinagni. Anuhari Pachanam is Dakshinagni, the deity who presides over the fire which is southern direction, named as Dakshinagni or Anvahari Pachana, he instructed. Apo Dishu Nakshatrani Chandrama iti. Eta Mama Chatusratanavaha. These are the four bodies of mine, are my four manifestations. I manifest myself in these four forms. Among them, two are the form of food, and two are the eaters or the enjoyers of food. Chasraha Tanavaha. Chaturda Aham. Anvahari Pachana, Atmanam Pravibhajya Avasita. To make it more clear, he has added here now Bhashakara. This statement was not in the previous mantra. Here Bhashakara is telling this now. I am myself existing by dividing myself into four forms. Chaturdha, Aham, Anvahari Pachana, I myself is called as Anvahari Pachana or Dakshinagni, myself, Atmanam Pravijya, dividing myself into Chaturdha, four forms, Avasita, I am existing in this world. Tatra, among them also, Yayeshi Chandramasi Purusha Drishyate, a specific form is a particular form which has to be meditated. Even though I am in all these four forms, for meditation purpose I am telling, among these four forms also, I am that person which is seen up there in the moon. Tatra, among them, Yayeshi Chandramasi Purusha Drishyate, that which is person, that which is this person seen in the moon. Soham asmi, that am I. Saeva ham asmi, I am surely that very one. Iti purvat. So you have to construe all these statements as before. Anna samandat Jyotishtu samanyacha Anvahari Pacha Chandramasur ekatva. As and because of the relationship with the food, with the objects of enjoyment, and Jyotishtu samanyacha, because of similarity of luminosity, Anvahari Pachana Chandramasur ekatvam, we identify both as one. Which two? The Dakshinagni, the fire, and Chandrama, the moon. Dakshanadik Samandacha. The third reason, particular here is Dakshanadik Samandacha, due to its existing in the southern direction. Usually the moon always moves in the southern direction. The sun is Uttarayana or Dakshinayana. The reflection comes to that direction only. Therefore, the moon is always towards the southern movement only. It's always. Never you can see the moon in the northern way, northern direction. Uttarayana moon is not there, never. Surya has both directions, Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. But for moon there is no Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. It is always Dakshinayana. Dakshinadik Samman. Therefore, that similarity of that Dakshinagni being in the southern direction and movement of the moon also always southern path only. Therefore, also you have to see both as identical. Apam nakshatranancha purvad annatvenaiva sambandha. And as far as this water and stars are concerned, they have to meditate upon as food only, as the objects of enjoyment as before. Purvat means as told before, as explained before, of there being food, annatvenaiva, of there being food. That is the relationship between them. Nakshatra Chandramaso Bhugit Prasiddhe. And it is very well known that stars are objects of enjoyment of moon. The stars are called as wives of moon. 27 पत्नियां चंद्रमा का पत्नी, इसलिए इनका नाम तारा, इनको तारागण कहते हैं. इट इज कॉल्ड एज तारागण. एंड ऑल दिस तारा आर द तारापति, नक्षत्राणाम पति शशि. अपाम अन्नोत्पादकत्वाद अन्नत्वम दक्षिणाग्ने. Another thing, how is this water called directly as food? It is because water is the producer of food. Apam annutpadakatvad annatvam. As and because they are the producer of food, they are called as annam. Water is also called as annam. Dakshinagnehe. And thus it is also food of Dakshinagni also. Because the fire will not directly cook the food. You put directly into the rice into the fire, what will happen? It will burn to ashes. You put in water and then keep it on the fire. Then only it will cook properly. Without water, food cannot be cooked just by fire. Water is one of the means of cooking there, the major means for cooking. Prithvivad Garepatyasya. Just as earth is the food of Garepatyagni, by it being the object of enjoyment, similarly water is also the object of enjoyment of Dakshinagni by its being the producer of food. Utpadakatvat. It's told Utpadakatvat. Samanam Manyat. Rest of the mantra's meaning should be taken as explained as before. Atahainam ahavaniyo anushashasa. Prana agajo dyaur vidyuditi. Yeshu vidyuti purusho drishade. Soham asmi. Sayevaham asmiti. Sayetam eva vidvan upaste apahate papakrityan. Logi bhavat sarmayureti jog jivati nasya varpurusha akshiyanda. Upavayam bhunjamo asmeva shaloge amushmugunshcha yayetame vidvanupaste. Atha, then, her, in the days of yore, enam, to this celibate upakosala, ahavaniyo anushashasa, the fire called ahavani means the deity presiding the fire called ahavaniya, anushashasa instructed. What? Vital force, prana, akasha, space, dyauhu, heaven, and vidyut, the lightning. These are the four forms. Among these again, the first and third are food, and the second and fourth are the eaters of food, or the enjoyers of the food. Yesha vidyuti purusho drishate. That which is this person seen in the lightning. Soham asmi. That am I. And sa evaham asmi. I am that very one. The reverse way. Here also to understand all those meanings. Prana, you have to relate with Dyahu, heaven. Akasha with Vidyut. Because they are the abode. Akasha is the abode of lightning. Where does lightning place? In the sky, in the space. And the relation to vital force and Dyuloka and heaven, how you relate them? How they become Anna and Atta? The heaven is Dyahu, that is become Atta. And prana is anna. How it can be? Bhashkar will explain, you see. Atahainam ahavaniyo anushashasa. Prana akasha dyor viditi. Mamapi etas chasasrastanava. Then, to this brahmachari, celibate Upakosala, ahavaniyo, the deity presiding over the fire called ahavaniya, anushashasa instructed. Prana is vital force, Akasha is space, the organ is heaven, Vidyut is lightning. He says very clearly, Mamapi, of me also, Etaha, Chatusra Tanavaha. These are the four bodies means forms. That means to say, I have manifested myself in these four forms and I am existing in these four forms in this world, dividing myself into these four forms. Yayesha vidyuti purushodrisha somasmi ityadi purvat samanyat. He says, Yayesha vidyuti purushodrishyate, that which is this person seen in the lightning, sohamasmi, that am I, ityadi. The rest of the mantra should be explained as before, because of their similarities, which is be taken as before only. Sama purvat samanyat. Now he wants to mention the similarities. What are the similarities and how they are? Diva akashiyostu ashritvat vidyut ahvaniyoha bhogyatyenaiva sambandha. He says, because heaven and space are the abode of lightning and fire. Heaven and space are abode of lightning and fire, not prana. You see how we have to relate now with prana and fire now. That's important. Because heaven and fire are related. Because this fire only is helping us. Without this avani agni, you cannot do swaha swaha and you can't attain swarga. The main fire is ahvaniya, not the garapatya, not the dakshanagni. In ahvaniya fire only you are pouring all the oblations and attaining the heaven. Therefore, heaven is related to the ahvaniya fire, there is no doubt in it. And how we are going to now relate this fire, ahvaniya fire, with prana? So that prana is related to heaven. Not directly but indirectly. Through the ahvaniya fire, you will have to relate prana with heaven. So then you say, without a strong, capable, vital force, a person cannot light the ahvaniya fire itself. Arani mantra you have to do. It's very hard work, Arani mantra. For that strong and very powerful vital force is necessary. By that only you will be able to light, to kindle the ahvaniya fire, and then only you will be able to attain the heaven. Therefore, vital fire will become the root cause of heaven. So this is how we say, first you relate div akasha with what? Vidyut and avaniyayoha. Not what prana. This is not taking prana and vidyut. This is vidyut and avaniyayoha div akashastu ashrayatva. Because heaven and space are the abode of lightning and fire. And they should be how related? Bhogyatyenaiva sambandha. And that lightning and fire have relationship with the heaven and space from the point of view of they being the objects of enjoyment. Samana manya, the rest will be the same. Jyotishu samanyad vidyut ahvaniyos tadatnishtavyam ityaha. You see the tika, the second line of the tika. What is similarity? Purva similarity means the Jyotishu samanya, the luminosity is there between the ahvaniya fire and vidyut. Lightning is also luminous, is it not? Ahvaniya fire is also luminous. Prakashvan padartha. There is similarity between fire and vidyut. And that fire, the cause of that fire is prana. That's how you have to relate to each other. Samanam manya. The rest of the mantra should be explained as before, should be understood as before. The result of the partial meditation in all are the same.